Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would come on and share with you a little bit today. I am in the process of making a art journal or junk journal, and this will be my first junk journal, but I just wanted to kind of share with you my starting process. So please excuse the background noise. I am washing and drying clothes and you might hear that in the background. Also, don't be alarmed if you all of a sudden hear a lot of chaos and noise. My kids will be getting off from work soon, so they'll be headed through the door in a little while. So I was trying to go ahead and record a little bit before it gets pretty noisy in here. I didn't want to have to do a voiceover. So anyway, I'm kind of excited about this project. I'm not sure how fast I'll get it completed, but I at least wanted to kind of share with you some of the papers I decided to choose for my journal. And this journal is going to be like a Mod Podge type of journal. It's just going to be on my everyday thoughts about anything. So it's just going to be a journal about anything, inspiration, whatever's on my mind, that kind of journal. So yeah, so anyways, getting back to the journal, I chose this paper bag for my journal. It's a really thin, like a treat bag. I had ordered a pack of these on Amazon, and I thought this would add a great element to my journal, maybe like a tuck pocket or something like that. So I'm going to add this inside my journal. I also grabbed a sheet of this really thin paper, and it feels the same weight and texture of this, but it came in a mixed media stack that I bought a long time ago. This one right here, and it has different papers, the labels papers, the craft papers, manila, and watercolor paper. And I just wanted to mix it up and add a few different texture papers in my journal. So I have this bag. I also grabbed this vellum envelope. I bought these envelopes a long time ago, and I don't really grab for them much. Yeah, so I thought maybe I will add this, maybe. Also, this doily, a paper doily. I also grabbed a sheet of this vintage paper from Tim Holtz. It's like they tried to make it look old and vintage, like old wallpaper. It even has that texture like of an old wallpaper feel. So I like this one, so I chose that for my journal. I chose this really large manila tag for my journal. I chose this sheet of artist paper that I got a long time ago when I used to get the Stampers Sampler magazines, and they always included some artist paper in their magazines. So I really like this one. Also, this paper that I got a long time ago was just in my stash. I didn't want to throw it away. It was a leftover piece from a project that I did, and I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was a paper studio. It's one of the specialty papers. It looks like it's already crinkled, so it has that old texture. It looks like somebody balled up a piece of paper and tried to straighten it back out. So I wanted to add a piece of that. I don't know, I found this in my stash too. It's really thick, and this is artistic papers. I'm not sure, but I was thinking maybe for a cover. I don't know. This is a maybe. Also, I like this paper right here. It's a really old, I think K & Company scrapbook paper. I'm going to cut that down for my journal. And I like this one. Also, I'm going to add that one. I don't have like any coffee dyed or tea dyed papers, but I definitely am going to work on doing some of those for some journals. I like this one too. I like all papers that have like scripted writing or that looks old and vintage. Like that one. I'm going to add all the newspaper like pages. I'm going to add that. This one with the grid lines has like an old feel to it. This is another, I think, K & Company paper, and I really like this old vintage look. Kind of reminds me of that Tim Holtz paper that I just showed you guys. Also, this one, I like this one because of the lines, and I can cut that down. I think I'm going to cut my papers down to 8 by 10. And then I like this one too, so I think I'm going to add this one too. So this is still a maybe. I'm going to put this one to the side. I'm not really sure if I'm going to add that one, but I'm going to go ahead and cut my papers down, and I will be right back. Okay, y'all, so I have gotten all my little elements for this book together, so I am just going to go through and grab the small pieces, and then I'm just going to go through and fold each piece in half. Okay guys, so this is the base journal right here, and I'll do a separate video either embellishing this, or I'll do a separate video walking you through how I embellished it. But this will be part one. Just kind of showed you guys how I chose my papers, constructed it, and also how I binded my book. So I binded it to where the extra cord hangs on the inside. You can also do it the opposite way, where it'll hang on the outside, so that if you wanted to add some charms or any little dangly element. But I thought I probably will still add like a key or some sort of a charm that's kind of flat here. It really doesn't matter, because I think I'm gonna do some type of elastic closure, or like an elastic band to keep my journal closed, something simple and easy. So I think I will have like a dangle element in the middle right here. So just to tell you guys, I use this really old piece of beeswax that I've had in my stash for a long time. Years I've had this piece of wax, and I used to make these little photo books, and this is exactly how I binded the photo books. But I ran out of the linen cord that I used to use to bind those books, so I had to use a piece of like hemp cord. So it really helped to run the cord through this wax. It made it easier because it was quite difficult to push this needle through all of my pieces of paper. So this really made it a lot easier. Even though it was still kind of difficult, it would have been much more difficult if I didn't have this wax. So I showed you guys how I just kind of ran the cord over it, and it's kind of difficult to work with this cord because it has multiple fibers twisted together, so you have to really work to get those fibers through the needle together. But once you can get them all through together and run the wax down the cord, it works. So that's how I did that. I do have this little template that I've also had for a long time, since back then when I used to make those little photo books. Basically this is measuring 8 inches, and this may be 2 inches right here, 2 by 8, and then I folded it in half and then folded it again. Basically trying to show you guys how I made this template. It might have been folded here, folded here, and folded here, and then unfolded it. Let's see, and then unfolded it, and everywhere you see the cross of the paper folds meet up, that's where you stick your awl or piercing tool through, and it's a really good guide to use to pierce your holes for your journal. So I've kept this one piece of little paper in my stash along with my needle for a long time, and I keep my needle in this piece of wax in the same place. So that is pretty much it for this video. I just did a flip through to show you guys, and I also like the way that I just cut the top of the envelope where I knew the crease was going to be, and it has a little pocket there where you can open it and close it down. So that's how I did that. And so that is it for this video. Sorry about it being so lengthy, but I will be embellishing my journal and decorating it, and I'll come back with part 2, which will either be a walkthrough of the completed journal, or I will actually do a process with you guys how I embellish this. I may just do a walkthrough of how I'm going along with it, because I'll probably be taking my time embellishing this. But anyway, that is it. I hope you liked the video. If anything in this video was helpful, I'm so happy about that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, click the link below to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.